Alright. The insane water park that killed 6 people.
Welcome to Action Park, the world's
We'll do that video next.
amusement park,
Okay, we'll do that video next.
and probably the deadliest.
Bro,
Guests regularly get launched off rides.
this park was
They
dead ass. I
dislocate their
think this is the one in
shoulders and
Jersey,
lose
I
their
think.
teeth, or even their fingers. They break their noses, get electrocuted, and wade in snake-infested waters.
Fredo!
There's more beer for sale than there is ice cream.
What's good, gang?
Guests regularly dare each other to attempt things they probably wouldn't while
Did I sue them? Nah.
sober.
By the time I started going there, it was already safe. So.
Often, they come close to drowning. On a normal day, the pool's
Oh my
lifeguards
god, my aunt actually got hurt at this exact ride.
have to rescue up to 30 people. Every year,
Oh,
hundreds or
1600.
more
Yeah.
are
What's up, Brody?
seriously
What's up,
injured.
Brody? I recognize you by
Emergency
your
services see up to 10
profile picture.
park-related incidents per day. The nearby hospital gets so overwhelmed that the park has to buy them extra ambulances. The park's unwritten motto? No risk, no fun. Safety protocols are basically non-existent. The staff is mostly in their
I
teens
think this park is called Mountain Creek now, if I'm not mistaken.
and often intoxicated. And people
Isaiah, what's up,
love it.
Brody?
The park has over 10,000 visitors
What's
per
good,
day.
gang? What's good,
around
gang?
1 million annually. Over the park's 18-year run, 6 people never made it home alive.
6 people?
Action Park also sported some of the wildest, most poorly designed amusement park rides the world has ever seen. Behind it all was a ruthless park owner who would stop at nothing. A con artist who flouted rules, laws, and the most basic safety measures. So what were the park's most dangerous attractions? How did so many visitors end up injured or dead? And if there were so many scandals, how did the park keep running for nearly 2 decades?
The park is still running, by the way. Wait, what you asking? What I think the best side dish is? I don't know, bro. All of them? I don't know. He's just trying to kill people.
Hey, this
He
is Jonas.
did.
You might recognize my voice. I'm the guy with the accent and one of the founders of Fern. The guy you heard in the intro just now is Don. He's one of our most prolific writers, a native speaker, and blessed with a much smoother voice than mine. Going forward, he'll narrate some of our content to let me focus more on editorial work. You'll still hear me and Hook, of course. We're just mixing it up a bit. We know change can feel weird at first, but please give Don a shot. He's really good. And with that, back to you, Don.
Thanks,
Alright,
Jonas.
let's run it.
A large part of our research is based on the book Action Park by Andy Mulvihill and the HBO documentary Class Action Park.
This is actually
You can
the
find
one
links
in
to
Jersey,
both
I think,
in the description.
if I'm not mistaken.
This is Eugene Mulvihill,
Eugene
known as
Mulvihill.
Gene. He created Action Park. In the early 70s, Gene grabs Wall Street by the horns and gets rich on penny stocks. He knows everyone on the stock exchange and is acquainted with the likes of Donald Trump.
Why don't they
Rumor has
just
it
sue
he knows
them?
people
Oh,
in the mob,
they got. I'm pretty sure they got lawsuits out the ass. That's why they had to like change the whole park up.
too. On Wall Street, Gene starts a securities company and hires his old friend, the financier Robert Brennan. In 1973, the Securities and Exchange Commission shuts down their company for stock manipulation and securities fraud. Their reputation is ruined, and they need a new venture. Gene pours money into a struggling ski resort
Yep,
in
I know
Vernon
it.
Valley, New Jersey, a prime location less than 60 miles
This is the
from
one
New
in
York
Jersey.
City. He sees its potential to grow into a tourist hotspot. Resorts, clubs, casinos, and malls, the Las Vegas of the East Coast. At the heart of it all, an amusement park unlike anything the world has ever seen. Gene begins transforming the ski resort. Never mind his lack of experience in running or designing
This park is still open, by the way. It's still a ski and snowboarding spot.
theme parks.
People still go
He
there.
makes up for it in audacity and vision. And his buddy and former business partner, Rob, keeps the cash flowing. Soon, Action Park is ready to launch. Here's an overview of Action Park in its heyday. It has 3 main parts: Alpine Land, Water Park, and Motor World. For teens in the tri-state area, braving the rides is a rite of passage. That includes the park's most notorious ones: And according to former employees interviewed in the documentary Class Action Park,
I jumped off those cliffs.
notorious ones. And according to former employees
This shit is still open, by the way. It doesn't look that big, but in person, this bitch is kind of big. I ain't gonna
interviewed
lie.
in the documentary Class Action Park, many of these rides weren't even designed by actual engineers. Some were designed by Gene himself.
No wonder
others
people
by
were getting hurt. That
unqualified
motherfucker
amateurs.
designing them shits.
But that doesn't worry guests like 15-year-old Derek here. We'll follow him
I have been here. Yeah. The park is still open.
as he
They
takes on
changed the name now. It's not Action Park no more. Now it's Mountain Creek.
some of Action Park's key attractions, in order of escalating risk. Right now, he's 2 beers into his day, waiting in line for battle action tanks. On paper,
I've never seen
battle
this
action
before.
tanks is basically bumper cars. In practice, it's more like Wimbledon meets one of the hairier battles of the Vietnam War. Riders climb into camouflaged four-wheelers protected by chicken wire cages. Each is powered by a motor, controlled with a joystick, and decked out with a working cannon. The
That's
goal
cool,
is
though. I
to
see the
fire
vision
tennis
there.
balls at other tanks. Around the arena, spectators man cannons of their own. If they hit a tank directly, it blasts into a tailspin. This is Derek's first ride, just a warm-up. The tennis balls are fired at an insanely fast 160 kilometers per hour.
100 miles? Oh, they're going to take somebody's
And
head off.
employees have to run onto the battlefield to collect stray balls. Many riders love taking this opportunity to target them.
Oh, no.
If anyone
people are
scores a
assholes.
direct hit to an employee's groin, the crowd goes wild. Gene loves watching this gladiatorial combat. He's often found soaking up the battle vibes from the sidelines. It's also where he likes to assign his chronically late employees as a punishment. According to Class Action Park, many of the staff aren't trained professionals. They're teenagers, some as young as 14.
Sheesh.
That's on brand for Action Park, where ignoring rules is part of the park's identity. Plus, teenagers are cheap labor. They don't ask questions and are often happy to test Gene's newest death-defying
Oh,
inventions.
no.
Some even affectionately call him Uncle Gene. In the 80s, amusement parks in the US are a pretty unregulated industry, and Uncle Gene loves to exploit a good loophole. For instance, he claims he isn't running amusement park rides, but sporting attractions, so he doesn't need official permits. And for a while,
This is how they get away with shit. They just word it differently.
the state of New Jersey doesn't really intervene. All they want to know is that the rides are insured and, quote, currently not on fire. So the park shifts nearly all responsibility onto its visitors. For instance, when it comes to go-karts. This is the Super Go-Kart. It's gas-powered and designed for racing, but more commonly
That's fun.
used for crashing. There are 20 in total. They may look small, but watch your neck. They accelerate like a spooked horse. They're known to cause whiplash and broken bones. They're supposed to max out at 32 kilometers an hour. But sometimes the staff likes to override the speed controls, enabling the carts to reach more than 80 kilometers an hour. The really daring ones take a special souped-up model.
80 km. How fast is that in miles? I don't know the conversion.
Some employees even take these
Paulie,
mini
what's going
racers
on,
for
bro?
after-work spins on the nearby state highway. Derek jumps into a super go-kart. It's pretty fun,
He said you about to be part owner of Spirit Airline. Oh, yeah, they shut down, right? Yo, RIP Spirit Airlines.
zipping around, until he sees a lady
R.I.P..
losing control. She hurdles off track and smashes through a fence,
Oh, she about to hit a
then
tree.
through another fence, and then she collides with a tree.
Oh, shit, she dead.
Finally, one of the employees hits the kill switch. Derek needs a break and stumbles into the big white festival tent right next to the circuit. He's only 15, but he has no trouble whatsoever getting his hands on a beer. Maybe it helps him muster up the
15,
courage
just
for
grabbing
the next
beers like that?
attraction.
What the hell?
This is the Speedboat Lagoon. Visitors hop inside speedboats with a small plastic frame and a very powerful engine. They're designed for open water, but crammed into a small, man-made
What
lagoon.
the hell? They didn't have this when I was there either. That looks fun as fuck.
Looks chill. If only.
What happened?
Everyone knows it's full of snakes, gas from leaky boat motors, and dead fish.
Oh, hell no. Snakes? Oil?
Derek quickly
Fuck
realizes
that.
no one's here to pilot the boats. They're here to crash them. He's just about to climb in when, bam, another boat smashes into the side of his. It knocks the wind out of him, and he topples out of the boat straight into the murky lagoon. The water is greasy. Is that motor oil? Disgusted, he fishes himself out. As he does, something slithers across his thigh. He chooses to not think about it. Somehow,
That shit about to make
action
him
park
sick.
rides make it through mandatory state inspections. Since amusement park regulation is so new, inspectors don't always know what they're looking for. State law requires that Gene take out liability insurance, or what might be considered dangerous. But Gene doesn't believe in insurance. Too expensive, too much bureaucracy. He'd need to insure the accident-prone
None
action
of us want insurance, but we don't want to pay for that shit.
park for at least $2 million a year,
Damn.
with premiums rising every time something goes wrong. So he simply starts his own insurance company, London and World Insurance,
He's insured by his own insurance company. 100 IQ
headquartered
player
in the
right
Cayman Islands. That allows him to produce fake insurance documents while paying
there. You don't
premiums
gotta pay
to himself
shit.
and using the company to launder money. But while Gene may have been a visionary when it came to chaos and ruthless money-making, he definitely had room for improvement when it came to taste. Today, your walls can actually look good with discount link in the description. But back to Gene's visionary ideas. One of them was the Bailey ball. He doesn't have a permit for it yet. Today is testing day. The ball consists of two plastic spheres, one nested inside the other. The outer sphere is covered in office chair wheels. The inner one is mounted on ball bearings, so it can spin independently of the outer shell, keeping the seat upright. Attached to the seat is a race car-style harness. The Bailey ball wasn't designed by an engineer, but by a janitor who long dreamed of breaking into the theme
A janitor.
park business. Gene loves it. The Bailey ball is supposed to roll down a homemade, zigzagging track, 182 meters of glued PVC pipes. This is the test pilot, Frank,
There's about to be no
a
way to stop
regular
this
employee
bitch.
that Gene convinced to do the job by slipping him $100. The idea is that Frank will roll down the hill, sitting upright, and come to a gentle stop at the bottom of the mountain. Here's the state safety inspector, sent to rubber stamp the ride. As long as it doesn't scream instant death, the Bailey ball will be cleared for use by the public. Frank is strapped in a ball, ready to launch. For the first few meters, it's all going according to plan. Frank's rolling smoothly and he's still upright. But nobody accounted for the laws of thermodynamics. The problem with PVC
That
in the
shit
hot
about to fall off the fucking track or
sun
something.
is that it expands
Oh shit.
rapidly. The plastic track that was supposed to give the ball direction has bulged and warped. Frank doesn't even make it through the first switchback. It hurtles off the track
Yo.
and starts rolling down the hill, rapidly
Nah,
gaining
poor
speed.
Frank.
The safety inspector can only watch, frozen in horror. The ball hurtles down the hill and flies off park grounds. It's
Oh,
now headed
fuck.
for the road. Cars honk and screech to a halt. Somehow, the ball avoids any collisions, and eventually, it crashes into a pond. Frank emerges, dazed and sputtering.
You got so lucky. He said, me and my brother used to roll down the hill on an old dryer wheel. Yo, I've always seen videos of people like rolling down hills on tires and shit. And they're inside and that shit's just spinning, bro. That shit is
With
nuts.
blood on his shirt, but alive. The inspector does not grant Gene approval for the Bailey ball, but
Hell
plenty of
no.
other rides do end up going live. By the mid-70s, Action Park boasts about 50 attractions. Around 1 million people visit the park every year.
Damn.
It's a genuine boost for the local economy. At the time, even Donald Trump considers investing in Action Park. But apparently the concept is too crazy, even for him. The park's ads run non-stop on New York television, luring in city kids eager to blow off some steam. Some do it by flying through the air on a Tarzan swing.
Oh my god, they had this when I went there. They still had this shit when I
Imagine
went
you're
here.
holding 6 meters of rope. The pool beneath you is 4.5 meters deep.
This
The
is
Tarzan
this is
swing
fun right here.
may look like a simple rope swing, but later on, it'll be one of the first rides the state shuts down for good.
Why?
Braving this swing is a rite of passage. Mess this up with a belly flop, and you'll never live it down. Derek isn't worried. He's a great swimmer. He grabs the rope, swings far out over the pool, and lets go. The second he hits the pool, everything shuts down. He's just plunged from 35 degrees Celsius air into bone-chilling 10 degrees Celsius water.
Cold water.
The spring-fed water is so cold, he forgets how to swim. He flails, stunned. A smirking lifeguard hauls him out and slaps a wristband
That water
on
do
him.
be cold.
Scrawls across it are the letters CFS, shorthand for can't fucking swim. Later, he'll learn that the cold water was such a shock to one swimmer's system that he went into cardiac arrest and died.
Oh my gosh.
Cases like this should be covered by Gene's liability insurance. But London and World Assurance, the company allegedly backing Action Park, doesn't really exist. In 1984, the authorities catch on
That
to
shit
his
was a
scheme.
scam the whole time.
He pleads guilty to fraud and is slapped with $300,000 in fines and 3 years probation. He's also ordered to sell the park. According to Class Action Park, Gene doesn't have the slightest intention of doing that. So far, he's been renting part of the property from the state of New Jersey. To provoke officials, he reportedly stops paying his bills and ignores their letters. After some back and forth, New Jersey
Not a
agrees to
great
sell
play.
him the land for a steal, allegedly just to get him off their backs. Gene wins and goes on to further expand his park. This might be the single most ludicrous ride in Action Park.
Now this looks dumb.
Gene himself designed it, on a cocktail napkin. It's a ride to be endured, not enjoyed.
This
It's
looks
called
fucking dumb.
the Cannonball Loop. The idea is simple. A water slide about 5 stories tall with a 360-degree loop at the end.
Yeah, fuck that.
But the park keeps having to
I ain't
tweak
doing
the
that.
design, since the crash test dummies it uses for testing tend to emerge headless. Derek
And they
watches
still
the guy
ran
in
with
front
it?
of him enter first. A few seconds later, he's spit out into the pool. Head first, but alive. That's good enough for Derek. The lifeguards hose him down. Friction is the enemy here. Momentum is everything. This isn't just about fun. He can't afford to lose any speed, or he might not make it through the loop. Derek's heard
You
the
gotta go
horror
down there
stories.
quick.
Guests who dropped straight down inside the slide and slammed face first into the fiberglass,
Oof.
finally emerging into the landing area bloodied and toothless. And the guests who followed them, who emerged covered in cuts and bruises caused by other people's teeth still embedded in the slide.
What
Derek's getting cold feet,
the fuck?
but he can't back down now. Not after the Tarzan swing incident. He shoots
doing
into
that
darkness.
shit.
It's fast, brutal. And then he hits the loop. He crawls out dazed, bleeding from the elbow. But at least he's alive. The authorities only require Gene to report serious injuries.
What the
But
fuck?
according to Class Action Park,
He wasn't
that leaves
reporting
it up to
shit.
him to decide what serious
He
means.
did not report nothing.
No one knows how many people have actually been hurt at Action Park over the years. When victims or their families sue the park, Gene almost always refuses to settle. Instead, he drags them to court, knowing that trials are often expensive, tedious, and emotionally exhausting. Many families aren't willing to go through that. Gene reportedly wins the vast majority of these cases. On the rare occasions he loses, he stalls on making any payments to the victims, sometimes until law enforcement orders him to. U.S. Marshals allegedly come knocking on his door at least twice. This is the Alpine Slide. It's an 820-meter-long concrete track winding down the mountain, which riders descend on small plastic sleds equipped with a handbrake.
They still
At
have
first
this,
glance,
I think.
it looks like good, clean fun.
I know,
It's
but now
marketed
it's on
as safe
rails.
for
It's not like
grandparents
that
and
now.
infants. But in reality, the Alpine Slide will rack up more injuries
Oh my God,
and
no, that's
lawsuits
sketchy as
than
hell.
any other ride in the park. The
That's
sleds
just
have
sketchy
2
as hell.
speeds, painfully slow, or what employees call death awaits. Riders switch between these 2 states with a simple handbrake, if that brake happens to work. The concrete course makes for a rough
Big
landing,
if.
especially for guests wearing only swimsuits. Derek rides the ski lift up the mountain. Teenagers overhead are spitting on riders and throwing sleds, trying to hit any unlucky riders below. At the top, he climbs onto a
W
janky
ride?
plastic sled.
Yeah.
There are no
You would
helmets,
get
of
murked
course,
on that shit,
just
bro.
pictures of nasty scrapes to warn you not to go too fast. It's basically like riding a skateboard down a long, steep mountain. Halfway down, he realizes he's coming up on a mother and her young child, fast. He's zooming along at nearly 50 kilometers an hour, He brakes hard on a sharp turn that shoots him off the sled.
That shit not about to... Oh.
He flies through the air and lands hard. He's mostly fine, just road rash, a battle scar he can show off later. Not everyone will be so lucky. In 1980, the Alpine slide claims Action Park's first life. 19-year-old George Larson is hurled off his sled and slams his head against a rock.
Yeah, that's why the ride's not a W, gang. This man got hurled off the fucking ride and hit a rock. Like, what?
Allegedly, this rock had already been flagged for removal, but Gene and his team ignored it.
Big-ass rock.
That sounds straightforward. The park is to blame for Larson's death. But Action Park argues it wasn't the slide that killed Larson. It was the rock. So technically, the ride itself is safe. According to Larson's family,
this guy,
the press
bro,
has
he
sped a
knew all the
version claiming
loopholes.
George rode the slide at night in the rain.
Raining.
But the accident actually happened during normal operating hours and in good weather.
Wow, what a scammer.
The case never goes to court. Action Park quietly settles with the family for $100,000. The Alpine slide stays open.
Settled for 100,000.
The deadliest ride in the park might not be what you'd expect.
The wave
and that
pool.
might have been what made it so dangerous. Not the souped-up go-karts,
Bro, if you can't swim, don't get your ass in a fucking wave pool, bro. Like, what are you doing?
not the deadly looping water slide. No, the attraction that killed the most people was the wave pool, also known as the grave pool.
Every water park has a wave pool. If you can't swim, get your ass out
It
of
may
there.
look harmless, inviting even, but this is no kiddie pool. It's a massive pool that can hold about 1,000 guests. It's about 30 meters wide and 76 meters long. Giant pressure chambers generate artificial waves up to 1 meter tall. They also produce a strong riptide. The deep end reaches 2.4 meters. Derek doesn't know all this. The water sparkles. Music plays. The pool almost looks relaxing. He wades in and is immediately sucked under by the current. He surfaces, gasping, to find hundreds of people thrashing around near him. It feels like an artificial ocean, so a lot of people expect salt water, but they're wrong. The pool is filled with fresh water, so it's less buoyant and easier to sink in. And half of the people in it are drunk. A guy near Derek is flailing
Drunk
around.
people.
Derek sees one lifeguard dive in for a save, then another. Behind him, someone is pulled out on a stretcher. They're the second one today. The pool is deceptive, even for strong swimmers. The waves come on unexpectedly, and panicked swimmers often clog the exits. 12 Red Cross-trained lifeguards are stationed at the pool at all times. But because the pool is so densely packed and the water so murky, it isn't always easy to tell when someone is drowning. Throughout the 80s, 3 people drowned in the wave pool.
Wow.
A 15-year-old boy and 2 young men aged 18 and 20. In the end, 6 people die at Action Park. 3 in the wave pool, 1 on the Alpine slide, and 1 on the Tarzan swing. The 6th victim was an unlucky kayaker who capsized, stepped on a live underwater wire, and was fatally electrocuted.
Bruh.
With that many
what?
injuries and deaths, the park should have been shut down long ago. So why did it stay open for so long?
And it's still open.
Over the years, families, journalists, and authorities repeatedly put pressure on Action Park, but Gene somehow always managed to dodge any form of responsibility. According to Class Action Park,
Man's
rumor
gonna get
had
away
it
with
friends in
everything.
high places were looking out for him. Gene had close ties with local business leaders and politicians. Action Park was a major employer in the area. And Rob, Gene's generous money man, was always just a phone call away. Whenever he was under attack, Gene fought back, sometimes with sketchy methods. One journalist alleges that, when Gene was faced with criticism, he retaliated, phoning her boss and ultimately getting her fired. And when a man Gene owed money wanted to claim it, Gene reportedly threatened to hire a Russian hitman to kill him and his
Nah,
family.
this dude was nuts.
Gene went on like this for years, dodging his responsibilities and delaying settlement payments. He embodied the Reaganomics spirit of the 80s, minimal government intervention, and a belief that deregulation was the key to innovation. But that changed in the 90s. The lawsuits kept piling up, earning the park its
Oh my
nickname,
gosh.
Class Action Park. Attendance started dropping. By 1996, mounting legal battles, medical bills, and safety mandates finally caught up with
He was
Gene.
getting losses up the
Action
ass.
Park shut down. Millions of dollars in debt. Gene went on to complain he had lost more money on the park than he ever made. Since then, the park has repeatedly changed hands and names. Today,
Yeah, now
it's
it's
just a
Mine
water
Creek.
park, with some of the old attractions still in place. But Action Park itself is history. Gene Mulvihill died in 2012. Obituaries hail him as a visionary entrepreneur. A politician from New Jersey said his mother had given him the perfect name, Gene, like the true genius he always was.
Yo, what a guy. What a guy, man. That park is still open too, bro. Like now it's way safer. There's still some crazy rides on there, but now is way safer. Way safer.